Hello, this is Michael Lund, and this is the first video of several that I plan on shooting on St. Paul, Minnesota. Right now we're at Lewis Park, on the corner of Marion and Milford, if I'm correct. Now, if you grew up on Rice Street in the 70s, 80s, you know this well. This is the little park that was built, I believe probably, I'm going to say about 1982, maybe a little earlier. Now, why is this park important for me? Well, growing up here on Rice Street, it's very important. I walked these streets. I only really lived here from about 1981 to about 1989 is when I finally left this part of town. And this was a big fear for me, this little park right here. I lived right up there. It's just Rice Street, just headed up over that way, about 2 blocks. But this park right here symbolizes something to me. History. I was scared to death. Now the old Rice Streeters, we're talking old school. We're talking Catlin's, the original Catlin's. Sam Catlin, her older brother, John Mentier, Lloyd Clyden, Eddie Silva, and several more that I didn't run with. Shannon O'Neill. This right here, I believe, was almost considered private property. This belonged to them, this little park right here. I feared this park. I didn't want to come down here. I was like the next generation coming up, a little bit younger than all those people that I just mentioned. And I can't tell you how I feared coming down right through here. John Mentier, oh boy, did he give me a hard time. I think he punched me in the eye several times. And it was funny in those days because the conversation was this. I remember we had one in particular on the corner there of Rice Street and Milford, right by the bus stop, if you're familiar with the area. John stopped me one summer. And in those days I had long hair, earrings, skin tight little skinny jeans, and a Slayer shirt. And of course the standard wear here on Rice Street was a Harley Davidson jacket, Harley t-shirt, jeans, maybe some Converse high tops, and if you were cool like John Mentier, you had a little do-rag hanging out of your back pocket, pimp style, old school. So John confronted me one day. He's like, I don't get it. He goes, what's the deal with this Slayer shirt and this heavy metal? Because in those days, actually, the two worlds were different, if you can believe it. Now heavy metal and Harley Davidsons all are one. But in those days, it was even still a little different. The rock and roll generation, I guess, was being held onto by the Harley and the Rice Streeters and such. And here was this new generation of kids like me, heavy metal, coming up cocky with a little California sprinkled in there, right here in the middle of nowhere on Rice Street. So he says to me, he goes, what's with this little outfit you got here? He's like, I just don't understand. Why can't you wear a Harley shirt like me and be like me? And I said, well, why can't you wear a shirt like this? Two worlds that were basically the same, but yet were different at the time. That moment always stood out for me. I don't know why, but it was just significant, I think. And so is this park. It's dead right now. But if you weren't from this area and you were going to come through here, you knew that this park was maybe somewhere you didn't want to go. Because in those days, Rice Street, which is different from now, a lot of people say, oh, Rice Street sucks. It's not the same. All the history's gone. No, it's not. It's all still here. You just got to look for it. A lot of the people are gone that made it what it was. But there's a lot of us still around with those memories. So, I'm going to walk down this sidewalk that many of you probably already did in the years past. Get to this corner. Cross over to my van. Now we're going to head up to Rice Street and see what else we can find. I'm going to try to document as much of the history as I can on small video shorts. Stay tuned and come back. Michael coming at you. Hey now.